There was a dramatic turn of events surrounding the Tesla that went 250 feet over the California cliff. U.S. driver of Tesla that plunged off California cliff is charged with attempted murder and child abuse. Since last night, hundreds of thousands of people in the Tesla community were sharing images, sharing videos, and were amazed by the miracle of Tesla, the 4 passengers of which survived the 250 feet plunge into California cliff. But not many people asked, how did this happen? Well, the story is now surfacing and it's very dramatic. Just about an hour ago, it was revealed that the driver of a Tesla that fell 250 feet over an infamous California cliff has been charged with attempted murder and child abuse. 2 children and 1 woman were also inside the car at the time. Dharmesh Arvind Patel, 40 years old man, was arrested on Monday at Stanford Hospital per an arrest report by the California Highway Patrol that was shared with People magazine. The report stated that Patel, who is from Pasadena, California, has been charged with attempted murder. A 40-year-old woman along with a 7-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy were injured in the accident. Actually, in the incident, perhaps it's better to say. The CHP said in a news release on Tuesday that it was alerted of a vehicle over the side of the California SR1 around 10:50 a.m. local time on Monday. Once the CHP and other responding agencies got to the scene, they saw a white Tesla that had dove 250-300 feet over the cliff, the release said. Authorities managed to reach the vehicle and recover 2 adults and 2 children who were rushed to a local hospital for serious injuries. After investigating into Tuesday morning, speaking to witnesses and putting together evidence at the scene, the CHP said, quote, investigators developed probable cause to believe this incident was an intentional act, end of the quote. The CHP added that at this stage, they do not think Tesla's self-drive feature was a factor in the crash. Here's a quote I want to share with you, friends. There has been no determination as to what driving mood the Tesla was in. However, that does not appear to be a contributing factor in this incident, it said. That means something else was the contributing factor in the incident. Patel is still at Stanford Hospital. However, he will be booked at San Mateo County Jail once he is discharged. The investigation still is ongoing. It's not known if Patel has a lawyer who can comment on his behalf. Authorities in California say it's an absolute miracle that all passengers survived. Indeed, this is a great miracle and thank God for it. In a video update shared on Monday, Brian Pottinger, a battalion chief for Coastside Fire Protection District, California Fire, said that damage to the vehicle suggested it flipped several times before landing on the beach on its wheels. When they first arrived, Pottinger said that authorities did not know how many people were inside, but that they could see there was movement in the front seat. He said, we knew we had at least 1 person that was alive, he added, saying we were actually very shocked. Indeed, you would be very shocked if you have seen the images that are going on Twitter and social media about this incident. Speaking at the scene, Pottinger said that authorities come out here, unfortunately, all too often for things like this. They never leave, he said, per the Associated Press, and he said this was an absolute miracle. If this thing happens so often here, why the government is not putting some fences? The Devil's Slide is located near Pacifica along the famous Highway 1, which runs almost the entire length of California's Pacific coastline and has been the site of a number of fatalities over the past 5 decades. Indeed, maybe they need to put some fence around it. That would maybe make things safer. On another, and I want to actually finish here the story, and hopefully they can do something about this. But I don't want to leave you on this, but rather end with a more positive note, which I reported this morning. On another more positive news, Tesla just signed a new agreement to secure lithium supply, but I think it may also influence the decision of where Tesla may be building one of its next gigafactories. At least it's sparking speculation on my part, which I want to share with you. However, it also raises questions which I'm about to share with you in this report. But as I'm telling you the story, please let me know your thoughts about the incident that I just reported. What do you think about them? Now, so Tesla has signed a new updated agreement to secure lithium supply for Piedmont Lithium as automakers rush to secure battery materials. In a moment, I'll tell you why it's called updated agreement. In order to help accelerate the transition to electric transportation, Tesla has become increasingly involved in the raw materials supply chain for battery cells. Despite only now starting the production of its own cells last year, the automaker has been securing the supply of lithium, nickel, cobalt, and other minerals for its battery cell suppliers for years. Now, I have reported in the past that Quebec in Canada may be the chosen location of one of Tesla's next gigafactories. Why am I bringing it here and tying Tesla's new lithium agreement with the decision of the location of its next gigafactory on Tesla's part? Is because it sounds like the lithium in this case is actually going to come from Piedmont's Quebec facility in partnership with Sayona in Quebec. We know that Tesla likes to localize its supply as much as possible, and it has reached approximately 90% supply localization rate in China, as far as I know, for the Gigafactory Shanghai. The recent COVID also showed that the closer your supply, the better for your production, because there will be fewer disruptions. This tells me that Tesla may be really focusing on Gigafactory Canada, as there were numerous reports and visits to the region reported 2 months ago, and now lithium is coming from Canada too. However, the question which I'm raising here is, would Tesla build a Gigafactory in Mexico, both in Mexico and in Canada? Or perhaps Mexico will be a car factory while Canada will be a battery production factory. What are your thoughts on that? Friends, please let me know your thoughts on that. Now, Tesla needs batteries, and it needs battery components such as lithium. This is why this agreement and agreements like this are very important for Tesla or for any automaker who likes to be a leader in electric car production. More recently, Tesla started to not only deal with established mining companies, but it also started to sign contracts for offtake agreements with junior mining companies looking to build new mining projects that would increase the supply of some critical resources for batteries. This strategy helps those companies raise money to build their mining projects. Now, earlier I said that this is an updated agreement. Why is it updated agreement? Because Piedmont Lithium is one of those mining companies. As I said, in 2020, Tesla signed an agreement with Piedmont already, Piedmont Lithium, a company developing a lithium project in North Carolina. By the way, I am in Charlotte, North Carolina. Their company is not far from Charlotte. The automaker agreed at that time to buy about 1/3 of Piedmont's planned 160,000 tons of annual spodumene lithium production for at least 5 years. The first deliveries were planned between July 2022 and July 2023, but the timeline has been delayed, as is often the case with those large mining projects. Today, Tesla and Piedmont announced that they updated their agreement. This is why it's called an updated agreement, with deliveries now planned in the second half of this year, which is good news indeed for Tesla, making sure Tesla will have more battery materials and battery supplies for its electric vehicles, for its battery production. This is Armen Harayan from TalkNews.com. Please give us thumbs up if you found this report interesting, informative, and useful for your decision making. Tweet it out, share in social media, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you are here first time, please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla news. God bless you, and check out my other Tesla stories. Have a great day.